Hello, bonjour. It's another hot day here in Montreux-Poulet. I'm now on my way to Lassay Les Chateaux to do the interview I said I was going to do with a lovely lady and maybe her husband, I'm not sure, just to find out about their experience with buying here, living here, all the usual sort of stuff. So here we go. Into yoga this morning, so feeling a little bit taller. Right, we've arrived. Let's go and speak to our lovely lady. Okay, we're now here with Jan. Hello. Jan and Jan. And your husband's Roy, isn't he?
That's right, yeah.
Is he hiding away? Or
no, he's out on his bike for the first time. Yeah, it's the first time he's gone out really for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, because he had trouble, didn't he?
Had a bit of a spill and cut his hands quite badly, but he's back. He's okay now. He's back on the road.
Yeah, so. Duncan needs to get out of work, and I mean he had a bit of a problem at one point, so he wasn't on his bike either for a while. So I want him to get back out because I know he enjoys it. He's more of an off-road. Yeah, he likes going through the forest and things like that. So that worries the life out of me.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Well, Roy's got is an electric bike, so he's got a spare battery as well. He's doing a big ride tomorrow with a friend, but I don't know if they'll do it because of the weather, because it's going to be pretty warm again tomorrow. So.
How far's he going to go?
I don't know, but I think he's got about 60 or 70 miles.
Wow.
Whatever that is in kilometres. I can never work it out. I can work out most of things in
I can remember, metric. Is it less or more in kilometres?
It's less. It's for every 8 kilometres it's 50 miles, but that's as far as I can think, you know. So.
Right. Terrible. When it comes down to maths.
Yeah.
Gone. So, it's nice that you can get out, especially, I mean, the trouble is it's getting the right temperature as well. I mean, on bikes, they're all okay because they're getting a breeze past them as they're on there, aren't they? And so I think generally it can be all right.
That's it. That's the problem. That's the only problem with this road is this time of year, especially in the evening, it's the tractors.
Because people aren't doing the speed limit they should do down here. That's
it's the tractors mainly, because it's just they've found a pass because it's the only way.
Should we shut it then? Because that was louder than I thought it would be. Right, one of the first questions I tend to ask is how long have you had the house? When did you buy?
We bought it in 2008.
Oh right,
so this will be 17 years. 17 years in July since we actually signed for it. We got the keys on the 30th of October 2008. Oh. So the first time we actually came and stayed was probably the Easter in 2009, and we just used to come and spend a few weeks at a time because I was working, and then since we've retired we've been coming over for much longer periods, and now my husband's got his Irish passport.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to bring up. So he's lucky with that.
So we tend to stay for 3 months at a time now. And that's only due down that the only thing that's stopping us staying longer than that is the car insurance. They only allow you to go for 90 days.
3 months,
So
I'd forgotten that.
Yeah, unfortunately that's the only one. So, but it suits us because we need to go back home occasionally, make sure the other house is still there.
Well, that is the trouble, isn't it? I mean, and because like when we moved over, we decided just sell up and go, but because of Brexit. That's limited. Have you found it a problem, Brexit?
Not since,
it's helped with the Irish passport, obviously.
As far as visiting France is concerned, no, it hasn't bothered us. With all the other problems, Brexit's made worse. Then yes, but no, not really. No, I think it's more affected younger people, I think, which is a shame. You know.
I've not really, I must admit, obviously my
freedom of
movement
children, and everything.
Exactly. Because I quite often think, I wish my children could do that, and then you think, they can't. it's just really restricting people, isn't it? It's really sad. Gone back to, I don't know when it started. Was it the 70s when they
it would
could
have
do
been
it?
when we joined the common market. But it's it's one of those things. I suppose you've just got to get over it. But it does tend to make you see red quite a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, I personally think the price of the travel's been forced up because of it all and that as well. So must be sad about postage and everything. But
well, that's the other thing as well. Trying to send things here or get things sent here.
Exactly.
Now you've got to pay tax on it, or it just doesn't appear, which is even worse. So.
Yeah. So no, it definitely limited us. But so was this the first and only house that you've had here?
Yes. Yeah. We discovered Lassay when. We used to come over and see Roy's sister who had a house in Turberth.
Oh, really?
And they were renovating. We came over a couple of times over the summer holidays and helped them do some work. My son was only about 12 or 13 at the time, so it was nice for him because his cousins were over here. She had 3 boys and they were all over here as well. So. And teenagers being teenagers, they'd all stay in bed late in the morning, so we'd go off and explore, and that's how we found Lassay. So we discovered Lassay. She said, my sister-in-law said, I think there's a castle somewhere around here. So anyway, we managed to find it, and that was it. We fell in love with the place, but
would you not know about Lassay Les Chateaux if she's that close?
Well, in Turberth there's nothing, and I think they hadn't had the house that long.
So I don't think they've ventured far.
Lots of work to do, so I don't think they had a chance to do much exploring. But and it was we actually must have walked past this house quite a few times because we used to walk through the gardens and we'd walk up past what's it called up there? The car park and everything. So we'd
the
walk
Rosary
past, and the statue in the corner, which is fast disappearing. So and the big house on the road further up that I said I would love to have this house, So, but anyway, we didn't think we'd had any chance of buying somewhere here, and I was looking for years and years on the internet,
really?
about 2 or 3 years actually, and kept thinking, oh no, that's too expensive. This is too. And when we finally found a house that was in our budget, when we arrived, we arranged to go and see the estate agent, and it had been sold the day before, and it's just up there.
On the same side of the road?
Yes, the first one after the Rue de Tilly.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was tiny house, but strangely enough, it was bought by somebody who turned out to be a very good friend of ours, who will be over later this week. And then they've sold it on since. But
did you tell them off?
No, because they did us a favour because it needed everything doing to it inside.
Right.
And he's a competent builder and decorator, and she's a great decorator and that.
Yeah.
So in the end, it was for the best. So as we were driving back, I just said to my husband, I said, well, let's go and have a look at it anyway. So as we drove back, we spotted this, and I just said to him, stop the car. He said, why? I said, I've seen that one online, but I discounted it because the picture was awful. It just looked so grey and forbidding, and it didn't look anything at all.
Francis, the agents aren't very good at photos here, are they?
They're not. I mean, we used to have a real giggle about some of them. They'd have the washing out, and they always had my pet hate, the toilet seat up in the bathroom.
No.
Half the time be food on the worktops.
It's strange, isn't it? They almost don't try hard enough, do they?
And no mention of the view, which we probably got one of the best views here.
It didn't say?
No, nothing. We didn't know
I can
where
only
it was.
assume it's just because it's normal to them, so it's going to be normal to everybody else. But it's strange because we go to so much effort in the UK when you're selling, don't we?
And now, especially with the one up in the square, most of the photographs if they're selling a property in Lassay is of the castle and the gardens. Not the house, so you still don't know what you're buying.
So they're still not getting it right. Jan and Roy are very fortunate they live in the centre of our local, what they call it, Petite Cité de Character.
That's right, yeah.
And it's got a lot of history and everything, and the chateau on the other side, which I'll show you in a bit. And you've seen that it's here that I went down the steps and broke my foot. Remember that one? So we've often thought we'd like to be in the centre as well, because you've got everything here, haven't you?
Yes.
If you really need to, you can walk to the post office. You can walk to the bars, the restaurant.
That's right. Yeah.
It's got everything.
Two
so it's
bakers,
really it's great.
4 bars now and 2 restaurants, you know, which
there's I think about 3 or 4 hairdressers, 2.
Oh yeah, two
pharmacies.
I think it varies between 4 and 5 hairdressers. One keeps closing down, changing hands, then reopening.
Yes, the one on the corner which just reopened, didn't it? Yeah. So it's very in a very fortunate position, I think. So you were very lucky
and
to
we've got
find
the
it then.
Intermarché just further up as well. So.
Yeah, you've got the main shop. Yeah, I've taken them there quite a few times in the car. So what made you decide on France in the first place?
Purely because we came to visit Roy's sister.
Oh right, so it was from
we
that.
both travelled when we were younger. In fact, we met when we were working on in America.
Oh really?
Working on ships. Yeah. Roy had worked in the Bahamas when he was younger. I'd worked on cruise ships, doing around the Bahamas and the Caribbean.
What was you doing on the cruise ship?
Same as him.
Right.
Croupier.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that's how I got the job out there. I lived in Bournemouth at the time. Got the job working on a cruise ship, doing the Caribbean cruises. So I did that for about 18 months. Then came back home for a while, and then got a job doing this because I needed them. That was great because it was not much money, but it was a great lifestyle, and you got to see places.
Well, and I suppose is your food all in and everything
everything
like
was
that?
included. Yeah, absolutely.
It's an experience,
everything.
though, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
You never
Very
seasick?
different. Never, unfortunately. They found out quite early on I was never seasick, so I was always the one that they would wake up even if it wasn't my shift, because I was always cast iron stomach. Everybody else.
I'm not sure I could be doing it all the time. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I can only assume you're one of those people where you just don't get that in the
don't,
ears, that business.
I've never had food poisoning or anything like that. I'm just really lucky.
Yeah.
So so then he was working in the Bahamas. He was then working on the same ship I was sent to, and it was more of a ferry, to be fair. It was going from Portland, Maine across to Nova Scotia. So and then it was like an overnight cruise.
Isn't
That's Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it
don't know
was
where I was thinking about.
Yeah, and that's how we met. So we did that for a couple of years, then came back to Bournemouth, got married. Roy then got a job in London, his old job, funnily enough, and I did various things. Then we had Joe, my son, and again I went into education after that. But then as soon as we retired properly, well, my husband retired earlier than me, we started travelling again. But we travelled quite a lot whilst we were younger, and then we always used to take Joe places. We had a caravan in Norfolk for a while, so that was our second home for a long time. And I got fed up with Norfolk. It's too flat, and it's just beautiful place. Nothing wrong with Norfolk.
Norfolk is lovely,
beautiful.
but I understand what you mean.
It's a bit flat, and also you were looking at the back end of somebody else's caravan. So when we got the opportunity buying this, plus the site decided that everybody should have a new caravan, so they wanted us to buy a new caravan, which cost, I think it was about £500 more than this place cost us. So
well, what does that tell you?
So that was it.
Yeah.
I said no, I prefer this view, even though it takes longer to get there.
Well, they normally go caravans and that depreciate as well,
gosh,
don't
yeah,
they? Whereas
absolutely.
a house
Well, that's
isn't
what
going
has
to.
happened with the one we bought when we first went on the site.
Yeah.
We didn't buy a new one, but within a few years they said, "Oh no, you've got to have it this spec and everything."
So when you finally found this, though, how much did you have to do here, or was it livable?
It was livable. We haven't actually done very much to it. I think we've.
She's telling a fib because they've just done the kitchen.
Oh yeah, but it did take. I had waited 16 years for that. I kept being informed. Oh, it's just a holiday home. It'll do. I went.
Well, you do.
No, it won't
you?
do. It won't do now because
I
it's
think
getting too much hard work climbing on. Trying to climb to the back of the cupboards because they were huge and you could never find anything. So no, it's been decorated many times,
but nothing major.
No, not really. We didn't need it, so
Well, that's good then,
we
because then you haven't had to put a lot of money into it. That meant you could go out and about.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, I would have liked to have knocked a big hole and found the fireplace, but we did try it one year when my husband had gone home. My brother-in-law came round and we drilled a couple of holes, and we know there's definitely a fireplace there, but then we thought it's an awful lot of work, and do I really want to spend my 6 weeks holiday in dust and dirt. No, thank you. So we didn't bother.
If Jan allows me, I'll show you what she means about the fireplace in a minute. It's not obvious, but you know it's there, don't you? So
I think we've actually got two, but the second one we've never figured out where it is. So
and it's really quirky because it's not a square house, is it?
No, it's triangular.
Yeah. It's not very common, is it?
No, not at all. No.
I mean, it can probably cause problems with certain bits of furniture and stuff.
It does. I mean, it's especially this room because it's so narrow at this end and then slightly wider here. But the walls are probably a good couple of feet further out, especially over there because of the fireplace.
Yeah.
But it's small. It's easy to heat in the winter, and
but this is our opinion with ours. Yeah. Why do you want a huge place?
We're north facing, so we tend to stay. It does stay cold in the winter, but on days like today, it's a godsend.
So when I walked in, it was quite a relief. It's another warm day.
Yes.
I even sit here with the fan on. I'm getting warm. Probably because of my tea, mind you.
Yeah. But it's supposed to cool you, isn't it?
It's supposed. Well, I think that's what it is, though, isn't it? It's supposed to make you perspire and then cool you down.
Yes. So.
Did you actually choose this particular house? What swayed it?
Well, it was the view. We couldn't come and see it the day after we saw it was up for sale, so we came back. We made an appointment with Paul Duval, who was the estate agent at the time, to come the following day, and we brought a relation of my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, I should say, who was a builder. So he came in the house. And he went straight up the stairs and shouted down, "Have you got a fruit on?" I went, "No, why?" He said, "Come up and look at the view." We couldn't see down here because the shutter was closed, and all on the shutters on the middle floor were closed. So the only windows you could see out of were the bedroom windows.
Oh, right.
And we could see the view. And that was it. I just said, where do we sign?
It would have sold it to me.
Didn't bother looking at the rest of the place.
No.
You know,
I mean,
and it was
that
was it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this has been, I think we just felt so at home here.
That's the thing, isn't it? If it clicks with you, and then, definitely.
Yeah.
No, that changing subject slightly. What's your French like, your language?
I can read and understand a lot more than I can speak, purely because I can never get the tenses and the conjugation of the verbs correct. But I make myself understood. And I think as well, the more time I spend here, it does improve. I spent
and you're lucky because you're doing it in big lumps of time, aren't you?
I do converse in the shops and that. I talk to my neighbour. I've got another neighbour this way who I speak to, and we've got beyond just the weather and the garden now, so we can actually have a little conversation. But occasionally, I just can't remember the word until after he's walked away, which is.
And we all do that. It's like could have carried on with that conversation.
But since the invention of Google Translate, it's become a bit
it's
easier.
Improved, isn't it? It used to be terrible.
I've got an app now. I just press the button and it will listen and translate for me.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't help if they've got an accent that they don't understand.
No, and I mean it to a certain extent it can make you lazy, but as long as you only use it just to get the word you want and then you actually say it.
I mean, as I say, I can read a whole section of prose or whatever, and I can understand it. And newspapers, but actually commenting on it or having a conversation about it is much more difficult. And I think a lot of that is because we in the UK don't learn languages very easily. I mean, I did French at junior school and then high school, but then I hadn't used it for about 50 years.
No, and as we both know, if you're not using it, it just it doesn't tend to happen. I mean, so we've been living here for 14 years, and we still. I mean, Duncans, he says he's not, but the other day he was at the front talking to one of our neighbours, about our best friend neighbour. And I could just hear him, and the conversation just flows constantly.
Yes,
but he still says a lot of the time he doesn't use the right word, but it doesn't break the conversation.
No.
They still we piece it together.
Yes, yeah.
I think that they do a little bit as well. I think I know what he's getting at. And I've, funny enough, recently just gone back because he's been doing Duolingo because he's still convinced he's not that good. He's been doing Duolingo for that, and I thought, well, maybe I could, but then no. So I learn better by watching something. So good old YouTube.
Yeah.
I've found 2 on there that I like at the moment, and they have conversation, and it's a listening one.
Yes, yeah.
So although the lady's quite clear, the man can be a bit mumbly, but then that's what you're going to come across. So and it's very repetitive. It goes over again. So I'm really enjoying that. And then I found this other young man who's a French professor, and explains all the words, all the tenses, everything. I'm really enjoying that. It's just like maybe 20 minutes at most each day, and he's just so clear. You know, today I had the ones where they all sound the same, like attendre, entendre, étendre.
Yeah.
And I never remember which is which, and today he explained them all.
So it's not an easy language.
No.
Spanish is so much easier.
But I would just say, just don't give up, really. You've got to keep doing it. I mean, and don't overload yourself, which is what I can tend to do.
I do. I have done Duolingo, and occasionally I'll go back to it. But I just find some of the subjects and the things, thinking, what's the
bizarre
point? I just want
I'm never going to use
conversational.
that.
I'm very good on vocabulary. I do know vocabulary.
A lot of people don't like it because it can be repetitive, but then a lot of people learn through repetition, don't they? So it's a difficult one. It either suits or it doesn't. And
I had friends who used to live here, and what they did when they first moved over was they would put the name in French of every object and stick them on everything with post-it notes.
I went through a phase of writing a shopping list in French. But that soon dropped. I don't know why. Wasn't doing that. You're confident enough that you can converse, and so it's not.
And I can. I'll always make an attempt. I mean, the funny story. We had a foin in the loft. You know, the polecat, what they call pine martin. And it was only because our old neighbour next door told me what it was. Because that was back in the day when we just had dictionaries. There wasn't any translator or anything. And so I went on a forum when I got home, because we didn't have a computer here at all, and found out that you buy the big mothballs. Apparently they don't like the smell. So I said, next time we're over, we'll do that. And my sister was staying with us, and so we went into Leclerc, and I said, go on. She said, I'm not asking. I said, why not? She said, I might get it wrong. I went, well, I'm bound to get it wrong, but you can speak French, I can't. So anyway, so we went up to this lady and I said, pardon madame, avez-vous les balles pour les mythes, pour les papillons qui mangent les vêtements? And she looked at me and she went, meatballs. I said, no, I don't want to buy meatballs. I want She told me what they were, but anyway, that was, because
you get around it, don't you?
I didn't know the word for moth, but I knew the word for butterfly.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have got to go the long way round and describe exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like last night, on Saturday we went to a barbecue and we were talking to friends, and they were talking about snails, and I said, I know snails escargot, but I cannot for the life of me remember what a slug is. So I said to her, I asked this French lady who was there, I said that le nom de la, what was it, escargot sans maison. She knew exactly what I was talking about.
It's limo,
yes, that's right. Yeah.
See, that's another word I've read loads of times, and suddenly the last month or so it's just suddenly gone in.
Yes, yeah.
Or it was in there and it just suddenly comes on the front.
Yeah.
Sometimes French can be quite stubborn, and they will sort of almost give up on you. Some will suddenly start to talk to you in English because they realise you're English, which is very frustrating.
Yes.
So, and then you've got others that have got all the time in the world, and they will correct you and help you, and you just never know what which one's going to happen. So you didn't have to have any work done, so you didn't have to start trying to find artisans and things like that.
No, we had
although
a problem with
obviously
the roof.
recently you've had Duncan round, but
we needed to get some work done on the roof. That was the initial thing. So we managed to get that sorted.
But it sounds like the way your language is, you probably didn't have a problem.
No, we managed to, and also then we had to have the gutter. The gutter was damaged, so it was leaking. So we had to get that done as well. That was last year, but it was our neighbour that told us about it. But it was pantomime then, because I couldn't understand a word he was saying, because he's got quite a strong accent.
Yeah, bit of a
and local usage of words as well, which doesn't help. Same as anywhere in England, isn't it? Really.
So did you manage to? did he do the ordering for you and such?
No.
So how did it come about? Did you do that on the phone?
No. He actually told us, and he was doing it's because it's very steep. I'll show you when we go out. It's very steep. Is the little path up the side. It goes up the side of the house here and goes round the back and up onto the gardens. And because it was dripping over the winter, the moss was growing, and because it was getting very slippery. So he was doing a sort of pantomime of his wife skiing down the slope. But we managed to get it. We just found out. We just asked the same guy who fixed the roof, and he did it anyway. So that was. Pretty good. But
was he French?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's good to know, though, isn't it? I mean, I say that's one thing
Letêtre,
people do.
His name is.
What's his name?
Eddie Letêtre.
Yeah. But it's a lot of people steer towards English artisans because they can communicate better.
Yeah.
But so that's really good to hear that you managed with a French one.
Yeah, we couldn't get a French electrician. Wouldn't even know what to ask for. So that's why when somebody recommended Duncan. That's why we asked him. That was the first time, quite a few years back, 5 years ago now, I think.
Yeah, well, when we first spoke to you recently, Duncan, I'm sure I've done work spoke to me to really think about it. But yeah, I mean that's the thing with electricians and plumbers, isn't it? It's the sort of things with water you're going to get flooded all the time if you don't get it right.
That's right. Yeah.
And the electrics you can't see it, and people are scared of it.
Yeah.
I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
So it's
actually plumbing. We did have a problem. We wanted a new tap before we got this was a couple of years ago, and we used a local firm, and unfortunately that didn't work out too well. So so we ended up paying a lot of money, and it still wasn't right. They came out 6 times in 7 days.
All to do with the tap?
No, because they said our pressure was too much, so they then had to go and fit a regulator, quite a big expense. And when they'd done that, the actual bit where the water drips when it overflows, instead of going to this little basket then down to the drain, was just dripping onto the floor because they put the basket in at that angle instead of straight. And that was the boss. So I won't mention the name, but when the 2 guys came, I rang them up again, and I managed to make myself understood. When the 2 guys came to fix it, one of them went in to fix it, the other one was here getting something out, and I heard him call, and he said he went in, and the both of them just burst out laughing, and I said, yeah, that was your boss that did that.
What did they
and
say?
Then they had the cheek to say, well, they just thought it was hilarious. Then they had the cheek to send me another bill because they'd messed something else up. So I wrote them a very long letter, which I'd used at Google Translate.
Not thinking about guarantees or anything.
This was purely because it was their mess, and they wanted me to pay for the correction. I went, no.
That's what I'm saying. So normally you'd have a guarantee, and they'd have to come and do it, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I know it's how it works with Duncan. If there's a problem, he just has to go back.
Well, the problem wasn't even finished, but in the end it was sorted. But I just said, no, I'm not paying it. You should be paying me for the inconvenience. So I know a lot of people probably just said, well, all right, I'll pay it.
Well, because how do you argue with the French?
2 years ago now, so it still nothing ever came of it, so they obviously thought better of it. But
they should be going to their boss because he's the one that ended up with their inconvenience, isn't it?
So that bit was...
What is it you love most about your time when you're here?
Apart from just you wake up to that beautiful view every morning, and we used to see red squirrels running along the top of the wall. I haven't seen any
squirrels.
Haven't seen any this year, but we have a big nut tree right across there. And they always used to live in the garden just down the road, on the road to Neot, and you'd see them jumping across. And then 2 or 3 of them would run up the tree, nuts back again. And the last couple of years, I haven't seen them. So I don't know if they've chopped their tree down where they were living, because I noticed a lot of the ground has been cleared. Yeah,
because you only see red squirrels if you see them here. You don't see the
grey,
they were.
Well, these were red squirrels. One of them was absolutely beautiful. There's where the lavoir is over there. You know where there's a little stone seat under the apple tree.
Yeah.
I was sitting on there one day, and I was just sort of chilling and looking around, doing nothing really. All of a sudden, I felt this on my arm, and I just turned my head slowly, and there was a red squirrel sitting next to me.
Oh.
I couldn't get a photograph of it, but
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I love the nature. I used to love the bats. We used to have bats coming out at night, and it was when it was pitch dark, when the lights used to go off completely, and you'd see all the stars it was just the peace and quiet, and it just felt real, if you know what I mean. And then
like you're saying, you feel at home here as well. So
and then after about an hour, you get the. There'd be this one guy on a motorbike. I think he's only here for the summer, but
it's always someone has to spoil
it.
So
annoying.
Do you make use of the bars and the restaurants?
Oh yeah, La Braza.
No, we would. God.
La Braza. We use that. We never really used to use the bars unless we had visitors.
Oh, okay.
But now the people who've got La Braza are absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
they speak English as well. Isabel and Yvonne, they're absolutely lovely. And that's really the heart of the village when the nightlife is on. Then we occasionally use the Victor Hugo.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, it's usually full of English people up there. There's the creperie is open now, which used to be the flower shop.
We have used that.
That's very nice.
Talking about food, I mean, you do enjoy French food, but
I love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah, I do love the whole thing with the French food. I mean, we eat so much rubbish in the UK. Everything's processed. Well, not everything's processed, but if you want to get something, everything's pushed. The food that's reasonably priced or cheaper is the stuff that's not any good for you. And unfortunately, that's all some people can afford.
They can slip up with that here occasionally. We did buy meatballs, funny enough, that had been reduced the other day, and they weren't great. But then that's one of those things they can use the cheap meat for, isn't it? Whereas I'd rather make my own.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean, it's things like butter over here. Don't use margarine.
No.
Always use butter over here, and it's lovely. And I said the meat's really good quality. We've got a great butchers up in the town.
I was just going to say, do you use the butchers? I've
Occasionally,
never used the butchers.
Not very often, because I used to go and get the bourguignon beef from him, and I would ask for a certain amount, and he'd always end up selling me twice as much as I wanted. You'd never had the heart to say, no, that's too much. So.
Oh right, that's interesting, because Sharon and I have been talking, saying that the one thing with the butchers, you can actually ask exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to the supermarket, they're in packs.
Yes, yeah.
And you end up having to buy two because you haven't quite got enough in one sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a bit crafty, is he?
Yeah.
Just businessman.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah. Right,
so you're not freezing half or something. No, well, you're still yet to try, and I must try, because I think it.
Yeah, his sausages are very good. My husband's had sausages.
Oh, he does sausages.
Yeah, he does 2 or 3.
Does he do them like the long thin ones, or like
I think
a
he
fat?
does chipolatas, and he also does the big like Goronese ones, the big fat ones as well. Yeah. So
I might have to try.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people. That's what makes me laugh. A lot of people, especially Brits, they insist on having English bacon, English sausage, and I'm thinking, why? There's no. Nothing in them.
We have this conversation so many times. Yeah, but you just can't understand why, and people are still bringing back stuff, cheese and meats from the UK, and you start saying, well, what did you go to France for?
Exactly,
if you're just bringing England with you,
it's right,
you know,
like Brits that go to Spain and just have English breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. So do you find yourself buying French food from the supermarket and the butchers, but still cooking it as you would in England?
No, not
because
I
don't try French ways very often.
Well, we do. Well, it depends. I mean, I do a lot of just things like whatever. What have I got? I'll just make something with it. I do love are the fresh veg here. People say, "Oh, the veg doesn't last," but I thought, "Well,
depends where you buy it from." Yeah.
Well, we've got a garden, so I mean, I've got a courgette. I've got a courgette there, a big round one, which I'm going to do tonight with some pasta, and I'll just whatever I've got left in the fridge. I've just done, but I tend to definitely eat more veg over here, definitely, and spinach. I love spinach. You know.
I don't very often buy it fresh, I must admit.
I buy frozen now, I don't buy the fresh because it doesn't keep.
And you think you buy more than you are as well, don't you? Because it just only goes.
If it's been washed, it doesn't keep. It just goes slimy and horrible
in
a couple of days. So. But the frozen stuff's great because they freeze it in little squares. Yeah. And that's great in curries and stuff. And
I use it quite a lot actually.
Pasta. Yeah.
But it's funny because the French tend to think of vegetables for the poor, because they're always very much, when you go to their house for food, they very much want to push the fish and the meat on you.
Yeah.
And we've been to our neighbours and we've had, I might have said this story before, but we've been in and gone there for roast chicken or something. There's very few veg, and the only potatoes we had were crisps.
Oh.
It was so bizarre. Yeah. But then we're talking country folk, if you like.
Yeah.
They live so simply. And they're happy with that, and we're happy because we've been invited there and
That's
we'll
right,
eat whatever.
yeah.
But it doesn't stop us going away thinking, that was a bit bizarre.
The one thing I do love over here are the ready meals, but the fish ones that they do in the
Like paellas and things.
Well, no,
or
it's
Parmentier?
There's a Parmentier one, and there's also one that's with salmon, and it's potatoes and vegetables in it, and it's about so big.
I think that's what Sharon has. I think it's a salmon Parmentier, something like that.
That is really,
She loves
really
it.
good, and it
I
takes
just
20
found it
minutes.
really expensive though.
I think it's about €9, but then we think if we're going to go out, we're going to spend
Yeah,
that,
you have to
know.
justify
So
these things, don't you?
And if you're really good, you can get 3 portions out of it, but it only lasts for 2 for us.
Well, it's too tempting, isn't it? Exactly.
That and some green beans, it's lovely.
Even here, I try not to have the ready meals because they're sort of creeping in, aren't they? Because they never used to have them.
Yeah, that's the only one that we
But
get though, and that's because it'll last a few days in the fridge, just in case we've been out in the garden or
Exactly,
then we can't be bothered.
it's good to have them for those times when you think, oh, I really haven't got the energy to cook tonight or something. Right, I asked Jan before we started, but they had a garden because I wasn't aware there was a garden, because obviously the house is on the road, but you said you do have a garden.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to go and look at it in a bit.
Okay.
So is it big or I will find out?
It's 300 square metres.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah. It's a lot of work when we first get here because obviously the weeds have taken over, and we had a problem with the garden next door to us, which belongs to a house over there, which is up for sale at the moment. So after a couple of letters to the Marie saying, is there anything we can get done to clear this garden, because it was encroaching into ours and all the other neighbours, because all the other neighbours, I said they're all elderly, we're probably a couple of years older than us.
Yeah, you forget, don't you?
And so eventually somebody came and cleared it last year, and they did a really good job, but unfortunately all it's done now is let all the trees that we don't want come up, and all the brambles which are coming back into ours. So hopefully if somebody does buy the house, there will be a gardener, because that would be a big help. This was becoming a problem because there's the garage, the garage next door. We overlook the garage, so does this garden, and there was so much stuff in there because it had been so dry. And also it's within, I went onto one of these forums where it tells you all about your rights and everything in France, and I found out that if it's within 100 metres of a dwelling, something's got to be done, because it's a fire risk. So as soon as I mentioned fire risk, literally a week later it was all chopped back. So whether they cancelled it and then are going to build this lady that owns the house, I don't know, but it's just getting back to what it was now, unfortunately. And in fact, in a lot of ways it's worse, because the brambles have just got free reign now of all this empty space.
That's the downside of cutting it. It's like you trim flowers back to get good growth, don't you? So
exactly,
it's a
and
shame,
the
really.
way the weather's been as well, lots of rain and then lots of sun, it's perfect weather for weeds, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. Before, going back a bit really, but before Brexit, had you considered coming here permanently?
I think we talked about it a few times, but the fact we had a teenage son at the time, and he didn't want to come here anymore because there was nothing here for him. And also, there was my mum wasn't well, and there was various other things. So in the end, we thought, well, no, we wouldn't move. We did think about it, but it was the language, I think, because Roy can't speak French. He can do a few phrases and that's it, and I think he'd feel very intimidated by it. But,
he did say to us when we bumped into you at the Bastille thing, he was saying then that he does try, and he thinks he's called confident, and they're like any of us, and then they come back with something, and I don't know what you just said.
It's a vicious circle. You do your best French, and they think, they speak French, and they'll
exactly.
And the next thing you go, okay, I'll be answered.
And you've made friends here, and when we've had this conversation before.
We know. I mean, actually, since Brexit, about 15 couples have gone back, have sold up and moved. So and people that actually lived here have moved back as well. Two of our very good friends who live just up the road from us in Kendal used to have a house in Lassay for about 10 years, and they eventually just said it was too quiet, especially in the winter.
I'll agree there, it is quiet, but you just got to find something to do with yourself.
Yeah, especially if you can't do the garden, and that's your main hobby, I suppose. So, some ways I would love to have done it, but then we've got the freedom of going backwards and forwards anyway, and all the French bureaucracy would just, I think it would just do my brain in what's left of it.
Well, again, once you've been here a long time, I suppose, you live in here, you accept how it is, and you just get on with it. It can be frustrating,
and I don't think with the way they're talking about how much money you have to have behind you now to get it to come here. I don't know if that would work anyway, because I know it's Australia. You have to put an awful lot of money up as a bond.
I think it's Australia and Canada. They do the same sort of thing. Yeah.
So until my son gets his citizenship, which it's going through at the moment, then I don't know if that will affect us later on. But we've said if anything happens to either one of us, the other one would probably go to Australia.
Oh right.
So that's where he's living. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's been there for 7 or 8 years now.
Oh right. So you must have been there a few times as well.
Yeah,
then.
we were there in January, funnily enough.
Oh,
spent the winter there. It's lovely.
Yeah. So he's in the hotter side of.
He's in Perth, so it's the temperate side. It gets cold in the winter. It's cold, 14 degrees, and apparently they go down to 0 this time. It's the coldest winter in 15 years they've had.
Well, that's all the change, isn't it?
Yeah.
So does he ever get to come here very often?
He doesn't come to Lassay. He comes to visits us in England, because he's a musician, and he teaches musical theatre. So he tends to want to go to London and Manchester and see all his friends and that. So but he hasn't been back here. I think it's about 7 or 8 years since they came here. So, and they did enjoy it, but there's not much for them to do, you know. And they are a bit night birds as well, being young. So
no.
Victor Hugo doesn't put it.
No, it's a very much like an English little pub, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
but
you've got the pool table
it's just not quite the same.
Yeah.
I suppose you a bit like most of us. We do it less now, but do you find yourself comparing with the UK all the time with things?
Not really, not so much. No, I do tend to automatically convert prices in my head when we're out. Still go, how much?
Yeah, I seem to have stopped that now. I think after a while I started to accept. Well, nothing to do about it. It is what it is. Yeah. It's not going to stop me buying it, because that's what it is. But
but no, not really. I think everything else we just sort of take it as given, and get on with it.
And that's what you're here for, is the different life and everything,
exactly,
isn't it? So
yeah. I think clothes shops are a bit more of a problem over here, because you can never find anything. Just I suppose
it depends what you want.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not dressing up clothes. Most of my stuff here is Duncans. This is at least 15 years old.
Well, I mean, funny enough, I went shopping with our close neighbours because she needed an outfit for her granddaughter's christening, and she asked me to go with her, which I was quite flattered. But then am I going to say to her if I don't like it or if I do like it? But we got by, and I'm lucky enough I can wind her up a little bit, and she's always in trainers, and I was trying to get her to wear sandals or something, and she kept laughing at me, and never see her in a skirt, and we got her to wear a long flouncy skirt. But it was still in like a casual shop, like you say. They don't, unless you're going to pay a lot of money. They're in the centre of Mayenne. There's that, what I always call a posh shop. I remember they had their braderies. One summer they had a braderie, all the rails were at the front, and we bought a skirt in their sale, and even then it was about €30, but originally it was 100 and something. I think. See, I would never be buying in there normally. No. It's because that sort of price to me.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Especially over here. But
as you know, I buy second hand or I make my own.
There's always the NOS.
Well, yes, it's worth a laugh, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've got a couple of hours to spare and it's a bad day, it's not bad. You do find some weird and wonderful outfits in there.
Great wine as well.
Yeah.
We went to Sharon's Saturday night, and we picked up about 4 bottles. I think might have been 6 of some rosé, and it was $2.50 a bottle.
Yeah.
Because you can't get their stickers off, can you?
No.
So, because we went to Sharon's, I see you didn't take the label off. I said, well, you know what it's like in there. Yeah. And it was really nice.
Well, funny enough, when we'd been to Australia about 5 years ago, and we went in the NOS, and I said, I called Roy over, and he said, what? I said,
But in
Little
Australia?
creatures. No, we've
Oh,
been
before
to
you went.
Australia.
Oh, right.
When we got back to here,
Oh, right.
we went into Massey and they had this Australian beer called Little Creatures, which we both really liked. And
Oh,
I said, how on earth have they got that?
yeah.
It's gone all that way. Anyway, we just bought the whole stock up.
Yeah.
So it was
Well, you never
about
know
a
when it's
quarter
coming
of the
back in,
price.
do you?
It's about a quarter of the price as it
Yeah.
was in Australia.
Okay, so the battery's about to run out and my camera overheated, so now we're on this on my phone, and we're now going to have a quick look at the house of the garden. Now we're in, this is Jan's little living room. It's all very patriotic on the wall there, Jan, I just noticed.
Oh, French, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
And you can't, I don't know if you can tell from this, but yeah, there's a point because it goes to a triangle.
Yeah.
But it's still a nice little room, I think. And you got just the door that overlooks the chateau, which you can't see as well from here. We'll do it from upstairs. But
the view's much better.
yeah, Jan's just redone her kitchen, so she's happy with her new kitchen. Duncan put some lights in for her, and
did a great job.
with that. So yep. So it's, although you've had the house all these years, but only just decided to do that, haven't you?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the kitchen was painted about 7 times, different colours over
Yeah.
the years, but it was not fit for purpose any longer. So, and we got a new cooker as well, which actually triggered us to
right.
start doing the cooker.
Yeah.
We had the cooker that was about 20 years old, and one of the burners stopped. Then it went rusty, and eventually I said, "No, we need a new one." So we got to-
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's similar size to our kitchen, but you've got a lot more worktop than I've got,
Yeah,
so you're lucky there.
We had very little worktop originally.
Mm.
So, but it's.
And I've just noticed we've got one of these ducks, but ours hasn't got the boots and the hat. It's just
Yeah.
the plain one.
Yeah.
Where did you
it's
get
full
that
of-
from?
Oh, probably the Nos.
Oh right, because we got one in Emmaus and one we
Yeah,
bought in the
yeah.
Dordogne, I think it was.
A lot of the stuff originally came from our caravan.
This is cute.
That
yeah.
was from a car boot sale, and I saw with the things. There's
Yeah.
my husband just arriving.
There he is. In a wave.
Right.
So you say that was from Emmaus or something.
So car boot sale,
Oh, right.
as I can remember. Yeah, a lot of the things were. I mean, the little table over there, the little side
Yeah.
table.
Yeah,
even that
we've got a
little
few that like cabinets similar to that
Yeah.
that came from
Yeah.
Emmaus.
I've just
Not Emmaus, the
painted
boot
them
fair.
recently. Actually, this one here was dark wood and absolutely awful, but I just painted that with some paint I got from the Nos, by the way.
Yeah.
So
So Nos is handy sometimes.
yeah,
Right,
So-
so we're going to go
Sorry
upstairs.
to interrupt.
You're quite all right.
so this is the lounge.
So that's that same point again, isn't it? That corner was so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is another. We think there's a fireplace at that end behind the sliding wardrobe, but we've never actually had the courage to knock a hole in it to find out.
So you've really given yourself another living room, haven't you, with
Yeah,
this? Because
this is
it's
where-
only you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we use this as a bedroom when we have guests.
Yeah.
Because that's a bed setting.
But is this one of your paintings?
No. No,
Because you do like
they're
to
mine.
paint, don't you?
these are mine. The sort of.
Ah, right, okay.
Um,
So you've done these, and it's in like a golden.
yeah, they're
What
sort
would they call it? What
Celtic-
is it? Celtic.
Celtic,
Couldn't
yeah.
think of the word in.
Yeah, Celtic and I tend to give most of my pictures away. I did one recently for some friends of some dogs, but a Celtic one as well.
Here, I can show
So-
you the view now.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably-
it's a mesh there.
yeah,
I
you
nearly
probably
put
get a
me.
better picture through the other window because she picks up the mesh on that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there we go. This is the view. The view that sold the house. Yeah. There's my car down there. I was lucky I got parked out the front. So
Oh.
it says, all you need is love. And a cat, of
one of my
course.
sister-in-law's presents.
You never thought about getting another cat since you lost yours, no?
There's the necessary.
See, this is quite a nice size, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's quite
Yeah. This is.
Oh, it's hard to get because this camera doesn't give you such a wide scope, but no, it's a nice size, I think. Oh, another cat thing. What's this one? I never met a calorie I didn't like. Well, neither have I.
And then we go.
Oh, that's you painted that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remembered it being the whole wall. Isn't it funny? It was stuck in my mind.
Because you probably came in. Did you come in through? No, you didn't come in through.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. This is our only window that looks over the back.
These are pretty.
And that's my neighbour's wisteria. I've always wanted a wisteria, but now I've got one without the hassle.
Well, it's handy.
So this is the one.
So this is the only room you use as a bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I open this, there we go.
Oh, wow.
You sit on the edge, you get a really good view.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and you can see. Usually, you can see into the lake, and they haven't trimmed anything back this year. It's been a bit neglected.
Yes, right in front of us is the medieval garden, isn't it? So
yeah.
Now,
That's
not many houses get that sort of view. So did you paint them, or are they like a transfer?
Stencils.
Ah, yeah.
Stencil.
So you like a Celtic pattern?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was in keeping sort of medieval slightly, but
Well, you're right, exactly.
We get another view of the garden. Unfortunately, I can't get this one open to the window needs cleaning.
Yeah.
But you can see the medieval garden. They usually look absolutely beautiful, but they're just very overgrown.
It's a shame because this year would have been a really good growing year. I know we've had lots of stuff growing in our house. The boat painting's not yours.
Yeah, no, I didn't paint that. It's by an Italian friend of my mum. It's Venice, but it's taken from a different angle. It's the docks area.
So it's someone you know that painted it.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
Yeah. So that's one of my son's paintings that he did when he was about 13. So.
Oh,
but,
how cute is that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got a few Venetian things because it was my mum's favourite place. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I made the tapestry.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Faith is all.
Oh, that's what that is it?
That's
I've not seen that word before.
That's the Robinson motto, apparently.
Oh. Yeah, Jan's surname is Robinson, in case you wonder what we're talking about.
And then go out the garden.
Do you go out here?
Yep. Okay.
Is it open?
Yep.
Is it full? Oh, it has a pull.
Yeah, you'll have to pull yourself up, I think, because it's a bit...
Oh, right. I've seen this path from the road and wondered where it went.
Right, yes, yeah. So we can see what I mean about this, how steep it was, and we're going to have to do this again. It's not leaking now because they did patch it.
Yeah.
But it is...
Oh, your hydrangeas are obviously happy.
Those are the house. This is the garden for the house there.
Oh, right.
This house is sort of on... This is the front door of the house, although the rest of it's overlooking.
They are, aren't they? Well, all of them are a bit, but yours goes a bit sloped.
Back, yeah.
Ours, funny enough, I'm not sure if it's the Jeet or our house, but that is slightly sloped, but not quite as much as that. So yours is a little bit detached like ours.
Ours is right at the end. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
This belongs to the lady at number 14.
Yeah, I'm quite often saying about it. It's not uncommon for gardens to be detached.
This is a shame because this used to be a beautiful.
Oh, what a shame! Yeah.
My old neighbour who went into the home.
Yeah.
And then the house was sold and now it's rented. So.
So it doesn't get done as much.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So this is the problem garden.
Right. So it obviously intrudes on yours, like you say.
Yeah.
There's nice sweet peas. I haven't seen sweet peas for ages.
Yeah, these are all self-sown cherry trees. And they've grown up in the last...
Amazing, isn't it? We get them kept popping up in our garden as well. Yeah, we always see them coming up in the grass and we have to pull them out.
Yeah. This garden used to belong to the lady that lives near the baker's. She's got all the carvings on the front. It's got pink window frames.
Right. I know, yeah.
She's now sold it to the couple over the back, and they've done wonders with it this year.
Wow.
And their sweet corn went in a good month after ours. Ours are pitiful.
I've only tried sweet corn once.
Oh, it's lovely. I wouldn't buy the stuff.
No, I mean to grow. I couldn't.
To grow it,
yeah, I've never.
It seems to be really hard. This is the problem we've got. You see, that's the other side.
Yes.
But we're getting all these things coming up, and it's.
That's a problem everywhere here. Lots of fallen apples everywhere because you can't keep up with them. The noisy cockerel. But this is quite a nice size, this little potager. Noisy cockerel. It's probably because we're here and they're trying to protect their chickens.
Because we have to do it. So, here we go.
I love the smell of this stuff. I'm still not really sure what it is, but it smells like coriander sometimes.
It's just it's just a pink geranium. I think.
That's right. That's
geranium,
it. I did look it up once. Yeah.
So we got a few beans.
Are you growing big beans or little beans?
Well, they're runner beans.
Right. Yeah. I tend to do the dwarf ones, so we don't go quite as big as that. Oh, really? I'm usually quite successful.
We put two rows of those in, 2 rows of spinach, and nothing. So these are the Italian.
That's
beans,
that's ones I was
like. Yeah, it's
the Aragonean. That's what I grow.
Yeah, very strange. Unless they've mixed them all up. I think somebody had fun in the plants. So yeah, so this is another courgette.
That's what my neighbour keeps trying to give me.
They taste okay, but they're just not getting very big.
Well, Duncan doesn't eat them, so it tends to be down just for me. So nice sunflower. I'm all right walking on this bit.
Yeah, some of them. You see, it's more orange.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So there's not many of them.
We don't tend to see them in the shop, do we?
No, you don't. No, and the carrots are pretty pitiful. But we'll go down the middle. I think we had plastic down, but it was a death trap when it was wet.
Yep.
So
it would be.
This is much easier. You might have to duck.
They're having fun in that pool, aren't they? Can't blame them in this heat.
Strawberry bed. We had tons of that this year. They were really good.
But as it's the first year we've had any, but some of them are so small. They're like the wild strawberries almost.
These were supposed to be morning glories, which I assume would be the climbing one, but they're not. So.
Right.
And this is something that came up. I'm sure somebody gave me the seeds for it. It's called Apple of Peru.
Right.
Now, I didn't know what it was till I googled it.
Does it have a fruit?
Yes.
Because
it's not a fruit, not an apple as such. It's like
so there's nothing in there, no?
No, it's like this. There is a little thing in there, so it's a bit like a physalis, but it's they often dry
reminds
them
me of kumquat, that sort of the thing.
They dry them off for flower arrangements and stuff. So.
You were lucky with your sunflowers. I've never been successful with them.
I mean, they were grown at the same time. Look at them.
Yeah.
So,
that's strange, isn't it?
And then over here we've got there's the pear tree, big cherry tree, 3 apples and 3 plums.
Wow.
Most of the plums.
I bet you can't keep up with the fruit, can you?
It's been crazy.
Yeah. We're having plums this year. We didn't get any last year, but for some reason this year's been...
We didn't get any of the yellow ones because they were too high up, because we need to take some of these trees down quite a bit. So,
yeah.
This was all dug out last year and it's just gone mad with things growing.
It can't be easy to keep on top of because when you're not here all year round.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably better than some people because you're here for the time you are, but...
We did an awful lot here.
Mm.
And we planted it all up. We've started to mulch it. And a few things I've grown from seed have come through. But again, it's just hit and miss this year. The weeds have done amazingly.
Of course.
Especially a few we've never seen before, which almost like a yellow clover. And they're just popping up everywhere. So you can see one at the back there.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. But everything else, unfortunately, is just going over so fast. Oh.
No, it's a nice size though. You've got a lot more veggie beds I think than we've got, but we do try and keep it a bit more manageable. But
well, we did plant up before we left in June, and we had tomatoes. We put those in, and they survived.
Oh, and you got some there, yeah.
We had I put a bucket either side with a wick. And it rained sufficiently enough whilst we were away for the month for them to survive. It was not many tomatoes, and none of them are actually red. But no idea what the varieties were.
Oh right, so you've got a yellow one. It's strange because we grew tomatoes this year, not really knowing. We bought some cherry tomatoes, and there's another one, but we don't seem to be having any red cherry tomatoes. We're getting the yellow ones are like like pigeon. They call them pigeon, don't they? Or so.
Yeah. And two different varieties of one, and one's got nothing on it at all. But
right, well, Jan and I are having a rest now, and I shall have to go home and edit this. Thanks, Jan.
You're welcome. Nice to see you. A bientôt.